Hi guys, welcome to Beanbag Yarns.
Yeah.
My name is Richard.
I'm Bella, and we're with Y4Y at the Erina Fair Youth Day Out.
All right, welcome to Beanbag Yarns. This is the second time we've done Beanbag Yarns out in the world live at a concert. We've got Bodie to my left here, who's from the band that just opened us up. You guys are called 7 Car Pilot.
Yep.
Would I be right?
Yeah.
That guy just walked through. Is that your lead singer? Your lead singer just
Yeah, my
walked
lead
straight
singer
through
just
our
walked
shot
straight
and
through.
Totally botched
He's
it.
in his own world, it's okay.
Welcome, dude.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
How'd you guys go?
We went alright. We've been out of practice for a little while.
Yeah.
Just due to everyone's own personal lives.
Yeah.
Got stuff to do, so
Yeah, everyone.
been out of practice, but considering how long it's been since we practiced, we did pretty well.
Sick, man. Yeah,
Couple-
you guys crushed it. You
couple
sound so good.
muck-ups.
You sound really tight. Sound like you rehearse a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys obviously work on your crafts, which is really good. What's one of the things as a young band on the coast that you guys love? You know, what's like one thing that you think is really stands out and like is good for young bands on the coast?
Venues that let kids come and play for free.
Yeah.
Like, if you just hit them up, send them an email and be like, hey, we've got this band going, we've got a couple bands lined up.
Yeah.
Can we have a gig? And then they're like, yep, easy, just come in, play.
Yeah,
Free tickets, free entry.
So yeah, like sort of open-minded venues
Yeah,
that
just
are like.
so kids can
Just-
come in and watch.
Yeah, and also like I feel like that's one of the problems on the coast is that there's not a lot of opportunity for young bands to work on their craft like that.
Yeah, it's
Like-
a lot of pubs and clubs.
Yeah, I found that trouble
Away.
when I was younger. It was like, if mum and dad couldn't go with me and, you know, be there with me to support me, I couldn't play. And it was just
Yeah.
like, that used to frustrate me. Do you reckon that there's a way around that? Like, what would be the way to get around that? Like, would it be make new venues that are, you know, all ages or?
Yeah, make new venues for kids so everyone can come in and watch and enjoy it, or like
Yeah.
DIY sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Even like more all ages, like festivals and stuff. Like
Yeah.
Out in, you know, like parklands or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, people can set up a big stage and have young bands like you guys come
Yeah.
out and play and rip and do your thing. Hey mate, I'm Brad by the way.
Hey, I'm Levi.
Levi?
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you. Levi, killer set mate.
Thank you.
Your band's called Unprotected?
Yep.
It's a hell of a band name, I quite like that.
Thank you.
Give us a bit of a rundown, like your background of the band, yourself.
I mean, originally we were all mates from school and we'd only performed through school and that sort of stuff. But we sort of came together, we lost a couple members, gained a few members as we went. Like Sash, our new drummer, that's our first performance with him. He absolutely killed it.
Sick,
Good
yeah,
on
he
Sash.
rips.
Yeah, great
Rips.
man. But yeah, and we sort of started through school, and the first sort of gig we did was Battle of the Bands down there at the hub,
Oh yeah.
right? And that was the first thing we
It's a bit of a
did.
staple of young bands on the Central Coast, the old
Yeah.
Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I went through it when I was playing music as a youngster, and I definitely.
Great way to get into it because
100%.
all the people we met were through there,
Yeah, man.
and all that sort of stuff, and that's how we sort of started building up stuff. And now we've got 2 paid gigs within the next couple of however long. So
Beautiful. I got a few questions for you mostly around the Central Coast. This podcast is the effort of this podcast is trying to highlight what's called marginalised youth,
Yeah.
which is a term that kind of groups in like not necessarily lesser fortunate people, but like basically one of the main things I've been talking about with people is like, do you think on the Central Coast that there's enough opportunity presented for young people like yourself in the creative world, as in like, do you think it's an easy career path to get into? Do you think it's hard and that there's not enough opportunity? Like, what's your thoughts on it?
I mean, it's tough. Like, music's always going to be tough no matter where you are.
For sure.
But on the coast, like Australia especially as a whole is sort of tricky to sort of get into stuff because
Yeah.
when you compare it to other places, it can be a bit of a dry spot for music.
Absolutely.
But I think what the council's done a lot of is sort of promoting those sort of local stuff. So how we got into it was at Battle of the Bands down at Erina. But the problem with that is those sort of things only come around once a year.
Right.
Is the problem. So, and I think if there can be more sort of boosting with venues, because for me, I probably went venue hunting for about 2 months before we scored a couple of gigs.
That's the thing. I remember finding that struggle myself when I was younger, like you guys. venues don't really take younger people
Yeah.
seriously because they're selling alcohol and they're doing these things. So like,
Yeah.
if you're under 18, it's kind of hard for them to pay you as a musician or pay you as like a contractor to their business.
It's like it's under 18s as well, but even just for starting bands.
For sure.
So it's like
It's
most
really
of the,
hard to get your foot in the door. Like it's just,
most of my mates who are doing more gigs and stuff, a couple of the bands that we played with a battle, they'd already done previous gigs and they get the call when they were gigs. So I would ask them, hey, how do you guys get your gigs and that sort of stuff? They're like, oh yeah, they reach out to us.
Right.
I'm like, well,
I
that's
suppose for you, that's where you probably like need to get in touch with booking agents
Yeah.
and stuff and be like, hey, swing us a gig when you can. But
yeah, as far as
the thing about the coast though too is that there's like no money in being a musician.
Yeah.
Like that's
It's tricky.
the harsh truth of that. Like I'd give you $1 million if you can find a musician on the coast who's making money off of their original music and paying for a house doing it. Like it's really hard.
It's really
So
tough.
You've got to
And
like
yeah.
there's like levels to it. But I think you guys are killing it because my dad always used to say this to me when I was a kid, is like, as a musician, you got to be prepared to play at the opening of a head wound.
Yeah.
And what that means is you just got to be prepared to play anywhere.
Yeah, I
Anymore.
mean,
And I
funny
think-
thing about today, we might be doing another set later because
Sick.
what's happened is one of the other bands dropped out, so they came up to us and they're like, hey, can you guys play again? So we might be playing again.
That's
And
so
that's
good.
the sort of stuff you're talking about.
Funnily enough, that actually happened to me. There used to be a festival at San Remo called Going Off at the Swamp.
Yeah.
They used to do it years ago. And we played it one year and the headliner didn't show up. And we're packing our gear into the car and they were like, look,
Yeah.
last minute, any chance you guys want to do another 45 minutes? The headliner's not coming and we need another performance. And we were like, hell yeah. So we loaded our gear back on stage. And the first set we played, we had like 25 people watching us. The second set we played, we had like 1,500 people watching us. So it was just one of those like awesome moments where it just worked out for us. All right, we've got Billy here on the beanbags. Billy just did an amazing set for us here at the Youth Day Out event at the Hive at Erina. How'd you go?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah?
Lots of jazz and it was fun. I haven't done a gig in a while, so yeah.
Yeah, well, you have such an amazing voice, and your I loved the choice of music that you were playing. Like, I love some of the songs, and your songwriting is amazing as well.
Thank you.
Some of the original stuff you played was so cool. What's something you're loving about the Central Coast and being a young musician?
You know what? It's an absolutely beautiful part of the world. Where I live, I'm right on the beach, so that's really special. And just being able to walk down the road and go for a swim and then come home and write music, it's great.
Yeah, that is a bit of a luxury that we have here. Do you think there's a bit of a connection between music and the ocean on the Central Coast?
Definitely.
Yeah?
There's so many creatives where I live.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
For sure. I find myself like, as a musician and a creative and, you know, a few different things, I find that like the ocean for me is a really good escape from like the mindset of being a creative.
Yeah.
So you can kind of like crowd your mind with all these things and then just go and escape it in the
Yeah,
ocean.
yeah.
Like for me, it's through surfing and just like, yeah, it's a good way to get away and reset and then come back and write.
Yeah, I find I'm the most productive when I'm out swimming and don't have any electronic equipment in me. I'm like, oh, what if I did that?
Yeah, or you're like on a walk and then something comes to you and you're
Yeah,
like, oh my God, I need to get home right now.
Yeah.
What's something you reckon is a bit challenging for a young musician on the Central Coast?
There's not much in terms of gigs. I found that if you're playing and you know you're playing late, you can't get home.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and the venues are pretty few and far in between. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot for rock musicians as well. Like there's the Lincoln Pin and Woy Woy. There's a lot of gigs here for rock musicians and Battle of the Bands. But I found that as like a softer acoustic, chill jazz musician, it's a bit rough to find gigs.
Yeah, for sure. And that's one of the things that's been coming up in most of the interviews I do with people is that there's just a lack of opportunity for young bands.
Yep.
And even when there is opportunity, it doesn't really suit most. Like, there's no like I had a friend who just came back from Nashville and they were saying that every bar that they went to had a band in it.
Yep.
And this is from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. Like all day they have music playing.
Yeah.
Every day. And it's just like if that was happening on the Central Coast, it'd be such a different place.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that is a popular topic, and that people talk about a lot. What's one thing with your music career that we can look forward to? Like, what do you want to do with your career as a musician?
Well, I'm starting a Bachelor of Music in May at SAE, and
Congratulations.
Thank you. Majoring in songwriting, so I'm hoping to release a bit of stuff soon. At the moment, I haven't got anything out, but if you know, in the future, Billy Rawson might have an album. Yeah.
Check it out. Sick.
I'm not sure what it'll be called at the moment, but yeah, it's all in progress.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'm going to learn how to, I've learned how to record.
Are you doing this yourself or? Yeah, awesome.
I studied at the Grove Studios Academy, so
Amazing.
I'm a little bit on top of recording, but I'd love a
Yeah.
refresher as well. which is
My mate
fun.
Owen used to be the
yeah.
I think he was the studio manager there.
Yeah,
Owen.
yeah, I know
You would have met Owen, yeah. Yeah. Well, it was so nice to meet you. I'll let you go. I know you got to get out of here.
Yeah.
But we can't wait to have you back.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll see this album or EP or whatever you release soon.
Yeah,
Awesome.
soon.
Thanks, Billy.
Bye.